The third round of the World Championship, the Rally of Portugal, certainly one of the most characterful rallies in the World Championship circuit. Spring on the Atlantic coast of Portugal. Moving inland to the mountains, the stages are fast, dusty, and Carlos Sainz is a master of them. The red and yellow flags of Spain line the stages. The klaxons blare as Carlos sets the pace for the Subaru team. The Spaniards snatch the lead at the end of the first night, but as the second leg comes to its close, Sainz is battling hard to hold off the challenge of the Finn Juha Kankkunen in his Toyota. Distinctive crackle and bark of the flat four Subaru engine is a hit with the Portuguese fans. Here he's known as King Carlos, but the challenge to his throne is going to come from Kankkunen as the day progresses.
I've been trying very hard the whole day, but risking a lot. Maybe I take 1 or 2 seconds in one stage, but in the next one, you take 5-6 seconds. So it's, I think at the moment it's no chance for us.
Colin McRae was equally spectacular in his Subaru Impreza. But after the problems in Sweden, the Subaru team have been forced to detune their engines. The lack of power is something that Colin McRae was very aware of.
The engine in the car's not good at all, and we just can't make any time. We're just losing a bit every stage, so there's nothing I can do.
The third Subaru Impreza 555, driven by Berkshire's Richard Burns, a former British rally champion. Here in the supporting role, Burns is learning fast. He's also scoring vitally needed manufacturers' championship points for the Subaru team to keep them in contention with Ford and Mitsubishi. Sainz, though, is second, McRae third, and Burns eighth. But the man setting the pace and taking the battle to the Subarus is the head of the Toyota Challenge. Flying Finn Juha Kankkunen, spectacular, smooth, and precise as ever. And a lot of that precision goes down to one man, Nicky Grist on the pace notes.
30, fast right, narrow and flat left, 50. Crest to easy right and keep left over 40 over crest to fast right. 30, long fast left, bad camber. And 50. Long fast right. 40, long K right over crest.
At last, it seems to be coming good for Toyota. The Celica is on the pace, it's got the power, and it's got the handling they've been seeking for over a year.
5 seconds behind this morning and now 22 in front, so good day.
The Toyotas look very powerful today. Where's the extra power from?
I don't know, it's from here maybe.
Didier Auriol too, having a good event in the Toyota Celica. Battling with McRae for third, he was having a good event, but some things just spoil your day. A Amazingly, the battered and bruised Toyota continued, losing just 1 place, down to 4th.
We have one junction after 3-4 kilometers, right junction, and okay, I arrive and the car took on 2 wheels, but not slice the back and just block, you know. And
Meanwhile, the third Toyota was doing well too, in the hands of the German Armin Schwarz. He was now just 1 place behind Oriol, 5th overall. Flying over the famous jump at Pfaff. 1st, 4th and 5th, the Toyotas were back on the pace. So at the end of the second leg, Kankkunen leads ahead of Oriol and Schwarz in the Toyota lineup. The question was, could they make it stick? Meanwhile, Francois Delacour in the Ford was another driver, pushing hard, perhaps a little too hard. Swiftly into service, the front end damage being seen to by the Ford mechanics.
It was in a very, very slow corner. In the first gear, I cut too much the corner. There was big rocks. And then after I rolled, and I was calling somebody to help me to put the car again on the wheel. And I lose about 1 minute 30, 1 minute 40. But the car is still okay. There is not a big problem. Only the body shell is bad.
Well, that's what Francois thought. The poor battered Ford Escort had other ideas. Delacour was heading for retirement on the very next stage with engine failure. That left Bruno Thierry and Alessandro Fiorio upholding the Ford honours. Thierry was doing that admirably, 6th place. The Escort's still suffering from some handling problems, pronounced understeer when Thierry backs off the throttle. But despite that, 6th overall is a very good result. Meanwhile, Alessandro Fiorio too is having a good event. Up into the top 10 in the RAS Motorsport car, 9th overall at the end of the second leg. And that 30th birthday present for Alex Fiorio, 3 places behind Thierry, strengthens Ford's position. Meanwhile, Marcus Grunholm's running well in the Toyota Celica. His privately entered car's up to 7th place amongst the works runners. And local hero Rui Madeira is leading Group N on his home event. So the classification as they start the third and final day shows Juha Kankkunen starting that day 22 seconds ahead of Carlos Sainz in the Subaru, with Colin McRae third, Didier Auriol and Armin Schwarz making it an all Toyota, all Subaru head-to-head at the top of the field. Kankkunen blasts off the line. This is going to be the critical day's action. The pressure's on for Carlos Sainz. He knows he's got the Toyota to beat. Sainz is quick, Sainz is spectacular, but is it enough to beat the flying Finn in the flying Toyota? Kankkunen is driving at his inspired best, but so is Sainz. Second by second, kilometre by kilometre, the Spaniard is reeling in the Finn. The fans sense it.
conditions of the road seems that it fits better for the Subaru than for the Toyota. So we have to attack and see we have the ends.
Juha, Carlos seems to be on a charge. Is there anything that you can do to hold him back?
I try my best and then we will see.
Kankanen's best is inspired. And as rain starts to soak the stages, Kankanen is getting quicker all the time. The question is it quick enough? Sainz now throws caution to the winds. The fans are crowding to the Portuguese stages. They know this one is a classic.
Para izquierda casi en tierra, Sasar mucho, para derecha que corta ras, para izquierda calenta de tierra rasante, Sasar, para derecha que corta se abre, abre y se acaba derecha casi kilómetro of the stage. We had no brakes for the stage.
Problems for Sainz on the final stage, but the time is good enough.
9:07, le hemos ganado de 2, sin frenos. Joaquín.
The champagne is sprayed. Sainz takes victory number 2.
A branch or something, and the branch broke the pipe, and then it was no chance. I thought we were going to lose. We were 3 or 4 times over the road. It was very, very close. Any of us could win. He was doing a fantastic race, and I mean, in this type of race, it's very, very close. That's really the matter who is winning, because I think he did an incredible race.
If you can find something good, at least the best thing is that we are competitive again, and we can win rallies maybe maybe this year, if not then next year.
Colin McRae, overshadowed by the classic action ahead of him, was still heading for a fine 3rd place in the second of the Subarus. That would help Subaru in the manufacturer's title chase, as well as helping Colin McRae's World Championship chances. Meanwhile, Armin Schwartz was holding on, 4th place in his Toyota. Tremendous support for Juha Kankanen's 2nd position. And 5th place went to Didier Auriol in the battered Celica. They obviously build them tough at Toyota Team Europe's Cologne headquarters. Thumbs up for Bruno Thierry, but problems for him on the very final leg. Thierry continues, but the Escort obviously suffering from major handling problems. Marcus Grunholm in his privateer Grifoni Motorsport Toyota looked as if he was heading for 7th, but sadly this was the result. That allowed Richard Burns to move up a place in his Subaru. Learning all the time, this young driver is certainly a name for the future. And Alessandro Fiorio too was scoring a good, steady result for the Ford team, despite attacking a little bit of Portuguese scenery. Rui Madeira, though, was the home hero, heading for victory in Group N, ahead of Giorgio Ricaldi of Argentina and Isolde Holderide of Germany. Mitsubishi's 1-2-3, and as their nominated championship point scorers on this event, that was a maximum for the Mitsubishi team. But it was victory for Subaru and Carlos Sainz, with Juha Kankanen a gracious 2nd. Colin McRae 3rd, ahead of the Toyotas of Schwartz and Auriol. Wide open at the top in the World Championship, as the teams now head to Corsica. In the Drivers' Championship, Carlos Sainz now moves to the head of the pack, with Juha Kankanen 2nd and Tommi Mäkinen down to 3rd. Kenneth Eriksson's 4th, alongside Bruno Thierry. And in the manufacturer's title race, Mitsubishi now move ahead, with 131 points to Toyota's 121, Subaru 3rd and Ford 4th. But a popular victory, and victory number 2 in 1995 for the Spaniard Carlos Sainz.